The records are now open. Welcome everyone to another episode of Akashic Answers with Emily. I am your host, Emily, so come on in. We're going to get started here today. If you are here for the first time, please say hello and let me know that you are a first timer. I'd like to make our first timers feel very welcome in this space because the Akashic Records are a technology that is rapidly returning to the planet. The awareness of the records is potent in the field, and we are constantly drawing in more visionaries, more thought leaders, more intuitive light workers who know they are here to change the planet. The Akashic Academy is I'm going to call it a galactic establishment, you guys. This is a mystery school where you can tap into the frequency of consciousness and learn how to expand your consciousness so that you can live your highest potential here on the planet. It's so important that you live your highest potential because those of you who are tuning in, Yvonne and Stuart and Clara and Julie and Kathy, I see you all. Thank you all for being here. You're here for a reason. Your soul has brought you into this space. Okay, I'm just going to say it. I know how it works. We are here on a collective mission to raise the consciousness of the planet right now, to shift paradigms, to shift structures of our economy, of our relationships, how our relationships on this planet work, how we raise our children, how we educate, how we support each other. We are shifting from a society that competes with each other to a society that collaborates. And there's a lot of nuance that goes along with that. As we step into this higher expression of human consciousness, understanding of who we are, of what our potential is as humans, how we heal ourselves, how we create, how we tap into genius, and expand and further the mission, the evolution of the planet. This is what we're here to do, and the Akashic Records are, in my opinion, the most valuable self-actualization tool because the records give us access to information from a soul level, not the same way that we are experiencing very limited information here on the planet, okay? With your five senses as a human, you can tap into only 0.003% of the energy that's available to us. It's tapping beyond that we are being called to do. We are being invited to raise our awareness and recognize that there are other senses within our body that allow us to interface with the field, okay? The records hold every detail of information, past, present, and future. So I'm going to go ahead and invite you guys, if there are areas of your life where you would like insight, guidance, if there are things going on in the world that confuse you, if there are things going on in the way that you see humans showing up and participating with life, ask some questions. And it's going to be my pleasure to show you how the Akashic Records work. I have learned how to shift my consciousness and tap into this field so that I can interface at a moment's notice with you. Now, the guides that come forward in the records, who are they? Masters, teachers, loved ones, guides. I'm kind of counting them on my fingers there, all right? Masters, including ascended masters. Teachers are lesson specific. They come and go depending on what it is that we are learning in our life. Masters, teachers, loved ones are loved ones who have passed, and guides are soul guides, okay? And let me just say, this is a storyline for you to understand the different characters that come through. It's to create a collective field, a morphic field, so that we can all kind of talk about the same thing. But you could also look at all of these different masters, teachers, loved ones, and guides as different expressions of source or different expressions of yourself. Is everybody following? If you're following that, give me some hearts, love, likes across the screen. Yeah, Susan, thank you. Susan says, I love this. Good. I'm going to give you one more metaphoric connection and example to understand the records and how they work, and then we're going to start interfacing with them, okay? And I want to invite each one of you to experience the interface. You're going to be doing it too. You're going to be feeling and getting information, and I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to give you this other last framework of connection so that you can really, really play along today, okay? Before society can wrap our heads around some kind of non-physical understanding of anything, and the records, understanding the Akashic records, the Akashic field, is wrapping your head around a non-physical space. It's not a physical space. All right. But in order for humans to take something that is esoteric and understand it in the physical realm, we have to have some kind of a template to or symbolic understanding of it. And the internet and your iPhone is it. Okay. The internet is an example of all of the information, all of the data collected. Now, it's not necessarily collected from a soul level perspective, y'all. So you can't just be like, oh, well, I don't have to learn how to use the records because I got the internet on my iPhone. Emily said so. Nope, Emily did not say so. That is not what Miss Emily said. Miss Emily just giving y'all an example, okay? Okay, so the internet has this ginormous collection of data. And in order to interface, you use your phone or you can use your computer, but we use a Google or some kind of a search engine where we ask questions and the information comes back to us. We have to use an interceptive device, right? Do you recommend any specific books on the records? Yvonne, shoot me a private message, please, and I will share with you some of the books that were on my teacher's reading list, but I didn't really like them. But I'll share them with you anyway. I recommend coming to me and hanging out with me if you want to learn how to read the records. You're in the right place. You found the right place. Okay. So you use your iPhone, back to this analogy, you use your iPhone as the interfacing device or your computer as the interfacing device that gets the information. Okay. Everybody following that? Here's how it works in the records. We're going to breathe a little bit. We are going to trigger the use of different brain waves, which helps this process. But the interfacing tool device, you guys, is your imagination. It's learning to be able to pick up on the subtle energy that comes into the imagination, whether it's a picture, whether it's a sound, whether it's audible words, whether it's a feeling that you get, whether it's energy that you feel moving like inside of your body. There are many different ways that this realm of subtle energy works, but your job is to tune into your imagination so that you can begin to feel and tap into the subtle field. Okay? All right, so let's everybody sit up nice and straight. We're going to just start with some breathing here. Breath is the best way, the most. It's like a little kid sucking your thumb, everybody. You got your soothing device built right in. Okay? Your breath is your built-in soothing device that can begin to shift and alchemize your inner state, because if you're in a really highly charged state, meaning somebody just pissed you off, you're going to need to calm down just a little bit before we go in, because you want to be neutral. So here's how the field works. The field responds to your energy frequency. What's up, Debs? I see you. Hi, Susan. All right. So if you are in a highly charged state, the information that you're going to get back is going to be highly charged. So we've got to make ourselves neutral so that we can go in. And the easiest way to do that is with the breath. So sitting up nice and straight, take the hands, put them in prayer pose, apply just a little bit of gentle pressure. When you apply that gentle pressure of the palms, what you're doing is you are encouraging a balance and an interface between the left half and the right half of your brain. Okay? Your intuitive and your logic, and it's your masculine, your feminine. And it's when we can balance both of these that you're going to be able to have the clearest access into the field. So we're just going to breathe. Imagine that you're breathing through a crystalline tube. Take a nice deep breath in. Fill the lungs all the way up with air. Pause at the top of that breath. And a nice slow release. Relax the body and just breathe with me. Done a lot of talking, a lot of preaching, a lot of teaching and sharing. Want to bring my energy down a little bit here for you. I'm going to invite you guys here into this present moment with me. Let the breath guide you into the now. Meet me here for some powerful work. Good. Keep breathing. Pretend you can't hear my kids out there if you can hear them. Feel your inner state changing already. Yeah, relax the body. Tap into the heart. All right, now I'm going to begin scrolling through. I'm pulling up some questions. Okay, and we're not going to go through the whole ceremonial process. I do have a whole guided journey that I love to go on to get us into the records, but we're just going to jump right in here. I saw a couple questions come in. I'm going to start scrolling now, finding some questions. I'm going to invite each one of you to, if you have a place where you would like some more clarity and insight, some guidance in your life, to type in a question. And then I'm going to invite everybody to play along too. Notice what comes up. I'm going to repeat one of the questions out loud, and then just notice what comes up in your field, what comes up in the imagination for you. All right? Okay. Awesome. Mary de Santiago says, hi, I'm currently wanting to know about my past lives, just to know. All right, Mary, I'm going to invite you to lean in a little bit more there. And you don't have to, I'm not going to make you strip down here and get all naked with everybody here, okay? But I'm going to invite you to go deeper and get naked with yourself on that one and get really clear on why you want to know, because there is a reason why you want to know. Your soul is nudging you and pushing you. That curiosity is inviting you into a deeper journey with yourself that needs to start with admitting that you want to know because you have a hunch that and fill in what you think that hunch is, because that's what, many times we want to know about our past lives because we feel a nudge, or that we have some wisdom or intelligence, that there's something more that we haven't fully understood or hasn't been revealed about ourselves yet that we want to know. It's like going into a psychic and saying, tell me what you see, but what we really want to know is if this new guy that we're dating is going to be the one. But we just want them to say it, right? So I'm going to encourage everybody to receive this message. You are a co-creator here to show up and co-create with the universe based on what you want to experience. And it's fully okay and appropriate and encouraged for you to get deep with yourself and own what you want to know and why you want to know it, because you and fill it in. Okay? If you take it like that, if you push to that edge, Mary, and just get a little more specific with it, you're going to find that the information is more specific coming back for you. And there's definitely both of those things coming up for you, Mary. You definitely have a healer energy in a past life, and there's like nurse in a war kind of energy for you. Like that Florence Nightingale kind of energy that shows up. And there's also a painful lost love story. It feels like a spouse and children involved. So Mary, let me know if that resonates for you. All right, let me tap in, and the guides would like to bring through a transmission for anybody who is wanting to step more into that boldness of getting more curious and more declarative with why you want what you want. Right? No more sneaking up to it. This is about getting so clear about what you want to experience in your life and declaring it so. We need this kind of momentum in order to make the shifts and changes that we're here to make on the planet. All right, so we want to work on the solar plexus in this one. So find your belly button, a few inches there above the belly button. Yes, that does resonate. Thank you. And I'm liking the tapping today, just gentle tapping while we breathe. Solar plexus allows you to step into your personal power. And here's the thing. If personal power is what you want to see, and I'm not, well, Mary did say that it resonates. And, okay, it resonates and makes sense. Okay, then I'll go ahead and continue on with my story. Because I was going to say, now I'm not saying that Mary is saying this specifically, but she sort of is. So thank you for playing along, Mary. So Mary's saying that she resonates with wanting to step into more of that personal power. If you don't do it from the very beginning in asking the question, if one doesn't, if Mary doesn't, if I don't, okay, then what happens is you are going to tap into a life where quite likely you weren't fully standing in your power yet then either, because it matches the frequency to which we were asking, and you're not really going to get the information that you want. So let's everybody close our eyes right now. We're calling up the courage. I want you to clear your mind and allow yourself to experience or see or get a glimpse of a past life where you were fully intuitively connected to source, to the Akash, to your higher self. Okay? And all I want you to focus on is, how did I feel? Now, some of you are going to get more of a story being filled in. All I want you to focus on is how you feel. If more pieces of your story pop in, great. Just focus on how you feel. Okay? Breathing now, calling up a past life where you were so connected in unity, in oneness with Source. This is where all of it starts, is returning to that space of unity, is releasing separation. It's where it all starts. And how do you feel? And just notice. You can stop tapping if you want. Here. Very important. Touch the body. Gently touch the body in any place. You can touch your face, touch your shoulders, and give yourself the hug. Just let the body know that you're safe. All right, awesome. How many of you guys felt that? So good. Yes. Dina, I felt empowered and then against authority controlling my work. So beautiful. Let that energy keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. So good. All right. I'm going to grab one more question in here, and then I got to make sure that I don't go over. I'm going to give you guys a quick invitation to join me what I'm doing next. Make sure I'm not going over time. 2:06. I could have just asked you guys. 2:06. All right. So at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, I'm going to be going live on Clubhouse. You guys know what Clubhouse is? Clubhouse is pretty fun. Clubhouse is it's a little secret handshake still. All right. That was not my rule, but you got to have an iPhone to play along in Clubhouse, and you have to be invited in. Although I got some invites. You want a secret invitation? Shoot me a private message and I will see if we can't get you hooked up into Clubhouse. It is a voice-only platform where There are expert panels that are assembled. Later on today, the 231 that I'm sharing with you is part of a beautiful club. It's just called a club. I'm learning. The whole place is called Clubhouse. And you can go into rooms or you can start your own club. So I've started a club with the Akashic therapist, Laura Mazzata. She is phenomenal. And we're talking bold talk in there. We're talking about curses today and have some really fantastic panelists coming in to speak. So if you want to be part of that, you can run with me out of here and into the next room if you want. And if you've been moved, oh, tears coming through. Thank you. So beautiful. Good. If you're like, Ibrahim. I don't know if it's a long I or a short I. But if you've got energy moving and tears coming in, just rest after this. Just let the energy, just be present with the energy. Okay? All right, let's grab one more question here. If you were getting a little value out of this broadcast, send me some love, likes, hearts across the screen. You can share this out as well. That's another fantastic, I haven't done my homeless will work for food. Please share. Shaking my pot. You don't have to give me PayPal donations, but please share it out. Yeah, if this is resonating with you, please share it out. One of the best things that we can do to strengthen all of our ability to upgrade is share knowledge and information, because this is what's been hidden and suppressed on the planet for so long. All right, let's see here. Lori Mado. Lori, are you still here? Will I be able to get rid of karmic cycles, please? And thank you. Love this, because karmic cycles affect all of us. It's your choice. Karma is simply an unlearned lesson. And the reason that this really lit up for me is because when karmic cycles come up and you notice them, the badass thing is that not only do you have the opportunity to break them if you understand what the code is or how to break them, but you also have the opportunity to make a giant leap forward. You can make a quantum leap. Okay? So it basically comes down to, first of all, identifying the pattern, seeing the karmic pattern. All right? You have to learn a couple things. You got to learn, first of all right, what am I showing up to do to contribute to this pattern? We have to own all of our behavior. Why am I showing up and doing this over and over and over again? Okay? Where's my trauma? Where's my pain point? How do I cultivate that into a superpower? What do I need to know about that? A lot of times it's stuff like our abandonment, or our fear to be seen. Crappy relationships, self-worth is another karmic cycle that continues to come up everywhere. All right? So what is the lesson here for me? What do I need to learn? Because all of our trauma, all of our weaknesses, our shadows, it's just energy that's uncultivated superpower, and it's expressing at a lower octave, an octave of more ignorance, I'll say, where we don't fully understand it or how to use it. So you got to get the lesson. You got to figure out, okay, if this really were a superpower, what does that mean for me? If I were to flip this story and I wanted to use this as a superpower, what would that look like? It's getting very clear on the vision, okay? The coordinates of where do I want to go now? Okay, so I see this old pattern. I get why I was creating that. I get how I'm going to shift that into a superpower. Now, what exactly do I want to do with it? And this is great because it comes full circle back into claiming what it is that we really want. If you don't specifically claim what you want, if you don't set coordinates in the field, then you end up on an island called How the Fuck Did I Get Here? That comes from one of my favorite mentors, David Mailer. And that's an area where we fall short. So it's not really that hard to break the karmic cycles. But if you miss any one of those steps, you fall back into the old cycle. And I think where most people miss, because we're getting pretty good at owning our behavior, at seeing where we need to course correct, but where we don't fully own ourselves is claiming what it is that we want and speaking it with truth. Okay? Does that make sense? So clearing the karmic patterns is your choice. And that's how you do it. You figure out what's the lesson. You see, all right, this can be a superpower. What do I want to do with the superpower? All right. Kanice Ann, thank you for your gratitude. I receive it. Adela says it makes a lot of sense. Awesome. All right, everybody. I have to hop off here and go prepare to play on Clubhouse. Again, if this has served you, please share it out. For those of you who are ready for a deeper dive, you want to learn more about your records, shoot me a private message. Don't send me comments here. I do try to get back to all of these comments, but sometimes they get missed. So if this is really important to you, come find me. You know where to find me, okay? Debbie, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you all for being here. I love you much, and I will see you back here again.